Hi, I'm Lisa from Happy Healthy Orange, and I'm here to talk to you about the importance of breastfeeding. So, most women today, if they give birth in a hospital or they're reading a mainstream pregnancy book or something like that, they are given a choice to breastfeed. And I find that very misleading because it makes it sound like a choice like, do I want wavy potato chips or regular potato chips? And that really just is not the case with breastfeeding. So I'm coming to you as a mother. I have dedicated thousands of hours to nursing my babies, and I've done lots of research and read studies and read books and talked to countless people about this. So that is where I'm coming from today. I am in no way trying to bring judgment. I do not judge anyone who does not breastfeed. That is your choice. You do have freedom of choice for things. But I'm going to just let you know why that statement is really not true. And if you feel in your heart that you would like to breastfeed or you need to breastfeed, this will kind of resound in your being when I say this. And if this is not for you, turn off the video. You can watch something else. Either way, have a wonderful day. So I'm going to launch right into it. So when a woman has a baby, her body creates food for the baby. This food is like none other in the world. In fact, the more studies they do on breastfeeding and breast milk in particular, they're finding that there is no other food like it in the world. So again, to compare it and say that there is, breast milk, formula, that they're just another choice like a choice of potato chips in a store is really a misconception. What formula is a substitute. So basically, trying to put this in a simple, YouTube video that's not going to be a couple hours long. A formula is milk that was meant for a calf, a baby cow. And now you're trying to give it to a human. It's not even the same species. And that is just really not ideal. Can someone survive from it? Yes. I was fed formula. I was actually fed soy formula. I'm allergic to dairy, still am, which is even less like real milk. So to really think that there is a choice is a misconception. It really is a substitute, So yes, you can substitute, and there are plenty of people out there that have, grown up. They spent their whole infancy on formula. I'm one of them. I do have probably some health issues from that, but I've been able to heal that through other things, and there's always chance for healing. So do not beat yourself up if you did not breastfeed. This is really to educate people and for women who still have a choice to be able to make the best decision for their child. So, you can say, well, sure, they survive if they have formula, but I can eat dog food if I want to eat dog food, and I probably would survive, but I'm going to end up with nutritional abnormalities and just things that go wrong because I'm not having what was ideal for me, and there are people that unfortunately have to do that. But again, we are talking about what is the highest good for the baby. So just please keep in mind that, again, this is not a judgmental thing. This is coming from my own research, and I have had issues with breastfeeding. In fact, one, I was not able to breastfeed for 4 months because of a health issue that I had. So there are options if that's the case. I chose donor milk, and I was so blessed to be able to have women in my life give me their most precious resource, their breast milk, in little baggies and things, and I was able to give that to my son for about 6 months when I was not able to produce milk. And then I did something called relactation, which we'll get into in a later date. So This is just still something that I knew so much about breastfeeding from my 3 other children that I knew that this was something that I wanted to continue. And so I worked very hard and did even more research about breastfeeding. And so basically what I found is that breast milk provides immunity from illnesses. You actually, as a mother, if you're a mother, you have been exposed to illnesses, and you can actually provide immunity to your baby from those illnesses through the breast milk. And there are countless of studies that talk about how breastfed babies have lower rates of obesity, lower rates of asthma, lower rates of just chronic health issues. And, don't just take my word from it. Do some of your own research, and you're going to find some amazing things about breast milk and how they're even trying to use it to treat cancer. And I think there are lower rates of cancer in breastfed babies, and, things like autism and things that we're getting into nowadays. Some of it in my research that I've done, I can see is linked to not breastfeeding. And unfortunately, it won't be fixed by just one generation, because this has gone on for so many generations now with the formula, to where, back our great grandmothers, it wasn't cool to breastfeed. You were kind of a poor person if you breastfed, which is ridiculous to me now, in our society. But back then, it wasn't really the thing to do. And so their babies were pretty much fine. But then their babies' babies and their babies' babies, which is me, and then my baby's baby, it kind of does this progression downward for health. And you can see that, we have things like depression, anxiety, dysbiosis, which is an abnormal gut flora. And all of those things can be linked back to not having the right nutrients at the foundation. Breast milk at the very beginning, even before the milk comes in, is something called colostrum. And colostrum lines the baby's intestines, and it causes everything to kind of flow nicely and do that. That's why babies that have formula are constipated more. They have more health issues. Ear infections. A lot of babies are allergic to the formula. Their bodies find ways to kind of use what they can, but a lot of the ear, nose, throat problems are really from formula and not having what they were intended to have. Again, some babies are fine. Some babies have a healthy immune system, a healthy constitution, and they can survive, just like I could survive if I ate something that wasn't like human food. I could survive for a while, but doing that for long periods of time is not, it's not healthy. So I hope that that's given you a little bit to think about. Sorry that I'm not like super great at this yet, but I am working towards educating and hopefully being an inspiration to those out there that are struggling with breastfeeding, because it is a lot of work. But I don't think that the women who don't do it, they don't do it because they're lazy. They don't do it because they don't feel empowered to do it. They feel like that they can't and that there is no choice. But I'm here to tell you that you do have a choice, and you are able to do that. And, as a woman, the 2 most empowering things that I have ever done is to do an unassisted birth and to breastfeed my babies. So have a wonderful day. Namaste.